Love is not about possession or control. It's about freedom. To truly love someone, you must love in such a way that the person you love feels free to be themselves. Free to grow, free to dream, and free to exist without fear of losing your affection. Love should never be a cage. It should be an open sky where two souls can soar together, yet still have the space to fly on their own. When you love with freedom, you create a bond that is unshakable, because it is built on trust, respect, and the purest form of acceptance. Imagine love as a garden. If you try to control every aspect of it, trimming the flowers too much, restricting the roots, or dictating how the plants should grow, it will wither. But if you nurture it with care, give it space to breathe, and allow it to flourish naturally, it will bloom in ways you never imagined. Loving someone freely is like tending to that garden. You provide the warmth, the light, and the water, but you step back and let the beauty unfold on its own terms. Too often, people confuse love with ownership. They believe that loving someone means they have the right to shape them, mold them, or confine them to their own expectations. But this is not love, it is fear. Fear of losing them, fear of being alone, fear of not being enough. True love is fearless. It does not cling or suffocate, it releases and empowers. It says, I love you so much that I want you to be your truest self, even if that means you grow in ways I didn't anticipate. When you love someone freely, you give them the gift of authenticity. You allow them to show up as they are, without masks or pretenses. You create a safe space where they can share their deepest thoughts, their wildest dreams, and their darkest fears, knowing that your love will not waver. This kind of love is rare and powerful. It heals, it transforms, and it inspires. It reminds the other person that they are worthy of love just as they are. Loving freely also means letting go of the need to control the outcome of the relationship. You cannot predict the future, and you cannot force someone to stay with you forever. What you can do is love them fully in the present moment, without conditions or expectations. When you love with this kind of openness, you free yourself from the weight of fear and insecurity. You learn to trust the process, knowing that love is not about holding on tightly, but about holding gently. This kind of love requires immense strength and selflessness. It asks you to put the other person's happiness and well-being above your own desires. It challenges you to confront your own insecurities and to let go of the need for reassurance or validation. But in doing so, you discover a deeper, more profound kind of loved one that is rooted in freedom rather than fear, in abundance rather than scarcity. When you love someone freely, you also teach them how to love in the same way. Your example becomes a mirror, reflecting back to them the beauty of unconditional love. They learn that love is not about possession or control, but about freedom and mutual respect. This creates a relationship that is balanced, healthy, and deeply fulfilling. Both partners feel seen, heard, and valued for who they truly are. Loving freely does not mean you don't care deeply or passionately. It does not mean you are indifferent or detached. On the contrary, it means you care so much that you are willing to let go of your own ego, your own fears, and your own need for control. It means you are willing to love with your whole heart, even if it means risking heartbreak, because you understand that love, in its purest form, is worth the risk. In the end, loving someone freely is the greatest gift you can give, not just to them, but to yourself. It allows you to experience love in its most authentic and powerful form. It teaches you patience, compassion, and humility. It reminds you that love is not about changing someone or molding them to fit your expectations. It is about celebrating their uniqueness, supporting their growth, and walking beside them as an equal partner in life. So, love in such a way that the person you love feels free. Love without chains, without conditions, without fear. Love with an open heart and an open hand, knowing that true love is not about holding on, but about letting go. When you love in this way, you create a bond that is unbreakable, a connection that is deep and lasting, and a relationship that is truly beautiful. Because when love is free, it has the power to change everything.